What up, folks? It's your pal, Coach Vino, and this is the Glass Half Full podcast where we turn setbacks into comebacks. Let's go.
Yo, 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 everybody goes through setbacks, but don't let these setbacks make you take a step back. Step back from the situation, put your brush down, envision the picture you're painting, because everybody goes through.
All right. Welcome back to the podcast. I am Coach Vino, the people's bartender, and your certified coach from the Boogie Down Bronx. Well, I hope everybody's well since the last time we hung out. I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Enjoying the summer months, and of course, my boys in the Bronx, the Yankees, are still in first place. So you know your pal Vino's very, very happy. Anyway, so today I want to talk to you guys about a line that I heard when I was younger that always really stuck with me, and it was an old mentor of mine, someone that I really looked up to, and I always kept it in my back pocket for those times when I felt like the world was doubting me. And that line is, "Be somebody nobody thought you can be." You know, when you think about it, right? How many people do you think in your life can you count? Maybe you don't know because it's not always obvious. But how many people in your life counted you out, right? People that never even gave you a shot. It could be a teacher, it could be friends. Unfortunately, it could even be family. And sometimes it's very subtle, right? You don't even pick it up. But sometimes it's right up in your face. They tell you, "Oh, you ain't built for that." That's not for people like us. God knows how many times I heard that. They'll say, "Oh, just be realistic. Be realistic about things." Tell me that doesn't sound familiar. I'm sure you've heard it before. See, the world is full of people who are going to try to limit you. And they're going to try to limit you to the version of yourself that they're comfortable with. The version that they expect you to be. And the reality is, if you're not careful, you're going to start wearing that version that they expect like a uniform. You're going to start settling for less because you don't want to rock the boat or you don't want to disappoint anybody. But I got news for you. You are not here to meet anybody's expectations except for your own. See, let me tell you something. And I know this from personal experience. The most dangerous kind of dreamer, that's the one who is underestimated. The one that they laughed at. The one that they didn't invite to the table. Because when you've got something to prove, but not to the world, okay? When you've got something to prove to yourself, that's when that transformation happens. Think about all the successful people out there. You hear these podcasts or biographies, and they say, "Nobody believed in me." And look how successful they are now. See, I was never supposed to be where I am today. Statistically, I should have been another number. Another dude who never left the block. Now, I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I flipped that script. And not because somebody gave me permission to do it. It's because I decided I was not going to be just another somebody that they thought I should be. And trust me, this is not a one-time decision. This is something you got to think about every day. You got to perform every day. Every time you wake up, it's you versus the old version of you. The you that was afraid. The you who didn't believe. The one who stayed small because you wanted to make other people comfortable. And I get it. Going after what they say you can't do, that is not easy. It gets very lonely. It's very quiet. Sometimes it's just you and the doubt in your head, the doubt in your voice, the voice in your head. But sometimes the only cheerleader you got is that little voice in your head that says, "Keep going," because you are not done yet. But let me tell you what's beautiful about that. When you show up for yourself like that, you start rewiring your whole identity. You don't need applause. You don't need validation. You know how good that feels. Because you become the kind of person who sets the tone for your own life. You make the rules. You make the expectations. Can't nobody tell you nothing. And you know what happens when you do that? The people that doubted you, all of a sudden they get real quiet, right? They start acting like they always believed you. Yeah, I knew you had it in you. Yeah, forget about it. It's funny how that works, right? All of a sudden, was it like Chicken Little? They didn't want to cook the cornbread or whatever it is, right? It's a Chicken Little. I can't remember who it is. Little Red Hen. One of those, kid stories. They didn't want to help out with the bread, right? And then when she made the bread, everybody wanted a piece of bread. That's the same thing here. Nobody wants to believe in you, but then when you make it, all of a sudden oh yeah, man, you were amazing. But here's the thing about that. Don't do it to prove them wrong. They're irrelevant. Okay? They might be able to put the battery in your back that motivates you to go, but don't do it for them. Do it to prove that you are right. Okay? Because this is not about revenge. This is about redemption. It's about reclaiming the parts of yourself that got buried under other people's doubts. Okay? You are reclaiming the parts of yourself that got buried under other people's doubts. That's a bar right there. Look, you don't got to be the loudest. You don't got to be the best. But you got to be consistent. You got to keep stacking those wins, big or small, okay? You got to build yourself brick by brick. Because one day you're going to look up. You're going to realize you are not the one that they said you were. Because you are so much more. Maybe you were told that, you weren't smart enough, and now you're the one that's leading. Maybe you were told that you would never leave in the neighborhood. But now you out there and you changing lives. Maybe somebody told you to be realistic. But now you're living the kind of life that people write books about. This could all be you. You hear me? Don't let anybody's limited imagination become the ceiling for your life. They're not building your house. Most people can't see past their own fears. So how are they going to see your potential? Come on, think about it. That ain't your problem. You got to keep working. You got to keep showing up. And you will keep rising until you break through that stupid ceiling. But you got to be relentless about becoming that version of yourself that scares these small-minded people. Okay? And again, you're not doing this to be spiteful or in a spiteful way. You're doing it in a powerful way. Okay? It's going to be freedom for you. You walk into a room and they will feel that energy. They're going to see that growth and that peace that you earned. And nobody gave that to you. You built it. Okay? You built it. And the truth is, the only one who truly needs to believe in you is you. That's it. When you believe in who you're becoming, the rest, everything else, it's all noise. Let them down, let them whisper, let them sleep on you. Just make sure that when they wake up, they don't even recognize you. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, who that? All right? So go be somebody that nobody thought you could be. And not just for the applause, not for the flex, but because deep down, you knew You were capable of more. And now you out there and you're actually living it. You got this. Well, that's all I got for you folks. If you enjoyed today's podcast, I'd appreciate if you left a review so you can help Coach Vino feed the hungry algorithm. If you or someone you know might want to work with Coach Vino, you could visit my website, coachvinollc.com. You can also follow the podcast on social media where I share my thoughts in bite sizes. It also gives me an opportunity to directly interact with you guys. So I'm everywhere at Coach Vino Podcast. And remember, folks, if nobody else tells you, Coach Vino appreciates you. Cheers.
Reveal these thoughts and express what I'm feeling in a hip-hop form. But I was born to succeed, so as long as I breathe, ain't nobody on this earth gonna crush my dreams. Yo, this might be the end of the verse, but this is just the start of a new beginning. Word.